What's up, Peep Squad is in the building, baby. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the situation with C's and his new girlfriend, Suzette. So like, OMG, C's got a girlfriend, but we haven't heard it out of his mouth, but we heard it out of her mouth or her IG post. And let's talk about Sky from Black Ink 2 as well. She wasn't raised to be a mother, and she don't know how to be a mother, so it is what it is. She feel like she gave her kids a bag, and that's just as far as it is going to go in that situation. I was like, damn, Sky. It don't always have to be that way. You can embrace motherhood even though your sons are in their 20s. Doesn't mean you don't have to have a relationship with them. Doesn't mean you can't be unconditional to them and have unconditional love and try to build a relationship. Or better yet, have a trust fund for your boys. So when you ain't here, you still provide and remove that generational curse if you can, baby. So let's get into this situation with C's new girlfriend. Yes, C's got a new girlfriend out here in these streets. And they have been posting on Instagram too as well. But recently, people came for C's new girlfriend, Suzette. They came for her, baby, and they was feeling a certain type of way about her, but it is what it is. So she's out here in these streets, and she is claiming C's. I guess C's is claiming her too as well. And she might be on Black Ink Crew New York the next upcoming season. That means she's going to have some backlash from Young Bae, because allegedly Young Bae and C's was doing a damn thing. So C's new girlfriend, Suzette, she basically has something to say on Instagram, because people are calling her out saying that she's fake and she is fugazi because she was Dutchess's friend. And yet now she is with C. She's posing with him. She's taking pictures with him. And that's supposed to be her new bae, her new man. And it was like, oh, you are no good, Suzette, because you knew that he was with Dutchess and you was friends with Dutchess too as well. And basically they're calling her a snake in the grass, especially when the grass got caught and Dutchess ain't around no more. But Dutchess is doing the damn thing. She has her own production company. She has a rap album out too as well. Hip hop, funk, soul album out. But it is what it is. So C's new girlfriend is out here in these Instagram streets, you know, posting what she needs to post and talk about what she needs to talk. I was like, You might as well just leave well enough alone. But you know what? Maybe she needs a storyline. We're going to see what happens with this situation, baby. But congratulations to C's, because he got a new girlfriend. Let's see how this relationship is going to end up, because, you know, we've been watching C's for a long time, and his relationships that are on TV seems to always dissolve in pain, hurt, and just full of fugaziness and just disrespect all the way in on both sides. But it is what it is. But C's has not took an L yet. You know, he is still out here in these streets, very popular, and people got respect for C's because they see some of the things that he do for people, and he kind of like changed up. He ain't using, you know, he ain't being as bad as he were with his words with women, the way that he describes women, the way that he talks to women. He changed up a lot, because his mouth used to be dirty towards women. It used to be a whole lot of nothing coming out that mouth towards women. Him and his cousin, you know? So it is what it is. So let's get to C's new girl. So she was on Instagram chilling, minding her business, and somebody dropped down into her Instagram, you know, comment section, was like, yo, you know what? You are shady and low down because you was cool with Dutchess, and now you're going to be with C's, and you flaunting him all over Instagram. Like, what kind of friend are you? What kind of woman are you? And basically she said, what are you talking about? I was never friends with Dutchess. Me and her was not cool, point blank, period. I only met her once when I was hired to be an extra for Oh Shit Homecoming Party, baby, in 2014. And that's when I met her, and that's the only time that I was around her, and that was it. It was business. And also mind the business that pay you, whoever you are. So please go check out Urban Bella for the full story, baby. And so Suzette continues on, and she goes, you know what? I got my own bag. And basically she's saying she's been knowing C since 2017, and she got her own bag. So stop hating. Why y'all so pressed is so weird, because we already know how this situation gonna turn out, baby. Especially if they get Miss Kitty back on the show. And you know C's will let you do good and let you do bad on camera. It's all how you present yourself. He ain't gonna run in and take no type of bullet for nobody. Not a girl that he he is dating. At one point in time, it was Dutchess, because he spent the most money with Dutchess. He tried to build the most with Dutchess, but Dutchess had to spend a pretty penny before she started to see the residuals of C's making money. And then once he started to make that money, it was over between Dutchess and C's. And we all wanted that relationship to last, but it was too toxic, and they moved forward, not without jabbing and throwing things at each other. So you guys tell me what you think about the situation. I was like, Lord have mercy. The new girl's about to jump into this fire. She's about to jump into the heat. Because you already know if Suzette is on Black Ink Crew, they're going to be feeling a certain type of way. You know, Young Bae going to be feeling a certain type of way. You know, because allegedly she was down there with C's and they was in the mud and in the dirt. And that's why her relationship with Rob didn't work. But we'll see how this situation pans out. Or is this just a storyline with Suzette? But Suzette seems like she's out here doing what she needs to do, getting her money right, and being on TV on a syndicated show can only build her brand. So it's a win-win situation. But if there's love in the situation, she's happy with it. She says she done known C since 2017. Let's see how C's treat his new girl on camera. Is it going to be any different? Lord have mercy. You guys tell me what you think about the situation. C's done bagged another one. C's done got somebody else to be on TV with his ass. It is what it is. I guess the Young Bae storyline was not going to work out. But let's move on to Sky. Sky recently did an interview with Hollywood on Lock, baby. And she said she was not raised to be a mother. That's not how it gets down. And once you get over that, then you can just move forward. And also, you know, kids want to be their parents' best friend. They want to be cool with their parents, which, you know, in all cases is not going to happen. In some cases it do, but it is what it is. And now she has a better relationship with her mom. Well, if you see that you and your mom didn't have a good relationship, Sky, when you was growing up, and you guys just started to have a good relationship because you grew, you got a little bit more mature, and you love your mama. How come you can't do the same thing with your two boys? How come you can't do the same thing with your two sons, baby girl? Because it's only a matter of time, you know what I mean, for you to just, you know, break down that wall and that barrier. I know there's people in your son's ears and everything else like that, because Sky made it clear that her son's fathers or her son's manager, and basically it was, you know, revealed that they charge money for interviews. And Sky said, basically, I did the best that I could do with my sons, and that was, you know, put a bag in their pocket, put money in their pocket. But yes, her sons did want a little check, a little change. But what they honestly wanted was their mother. They wanted that love, they wanted that support, and Sky couldn't give it to them. But at the meantime and between time, her sons had hurt and they had pain too as well. So they acted out and they was rebellious, just like Sky was when she was a young woman, when she was a teenager, when she was walking up and down the streets, when she was acting up. So therefore, she didn't give her sons that leeway or gave them that unconditional love, because she said she don't know unconditional love, but she knew about being a teenager. She knew about being rebellious. She knew about all that other stuff, but she didn't have that love for her kids like that because it just ain't in her. That's what she is saying in so many different words, but she said she do love her sons. And she also left Black Ink Crew. She was suspended for the altercation she had with her son, and allegedly one of the producers was touched in a situation, so that was a problem, and that was a situation too as well. But Sky, baby, your boys need you, girl, and you might need them one day too as well. But we'll see how the situation pans out between her and her boys, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna go anywhere for now. But Sky did mention that her boys were able to be with their grandmother, and Sky also says that her grandmother is the one that loved her unconditionally. So at some point in time, you knew what love was. At some point in time, you knew how a mother was to a child, because you said your grandmother was like that. Just because your mother wasn't like that to you, but you did have your grandmother, and I bet she loved you unconditionally too as well. When you was getting arrested, when you was running the streets, when you was having babies at a young age, she still loved you, but she probably didn't have the finance to help support you and, you know, your children at that time and point in your life. But it is what it is. So therefore, Sky says she's moving on and she's going to be doing bigger and better things, and she can't, you know, really help how the way that people feel about her and how they feel about her sons. But she did say that Dutchess brought her kids onto Black Ink Crew. She wasn't trying to bring her kids onto Black Ink Crew. And, you know, she's kind of like blaming Dutchess and her former manager, because she said her manager, you know, was robbing her and taking money from her. So therefore, they brought her kids on the show to make her look bad. But if that was the case, then you show your kids unconditional love and you try to work it out. But Sky is a partying type of chick. Sky likes to have fun. She likes to have a good time. She likes to drink. She likes to party. She likes to make love. She likes to just be happy. And she doesn't want any problem or any drama or any stress outside of what she has to deal with. And her kids brought that all to her. And she wasn't able, you know, to deal with that situation. Therefore, there should have been some help. They should have seeked out some help, because C's is all about counseling, and Sky should have got some counseling, got some help with them kids, brought the baby daddies, brought the boys, you know, her sons that are in their 20s. She should have brought them to counseling. They should have had some help. They should have had some support. And Sky couldn't do it on her own, because the moment, the sign of badness, the sign of negativity, the sign of just being ungrateful, the sign of disparity, the sign of anger, the sign of abandonment, you know, Sky was like, this is too much for me to deal with. I can't deal with all this shit. I can't hold this shit down. And so therefore, you know, she was about to fight her sons, you know, about to fight her blood, because to her, they just dudes on the streets, if you ask me, you know. But I think that's how Sky rationalized the situation, basically, you know, trying to put that barrier and that wall up with her sons. And maybe she doesn't have empathy. Maybe she can't love unconditionally. But it seems like she will love a man in a heartbeat. It seems like she'll be showing a man all around the world. But that's different than trying to be a mother to kids you wasn't a mother to. So that was a problem, and that was a situation for her too as well. But hopefully one day her and her two sons can actually get together, Genesis and, you know, Des. They can actually get together and, you know, have a bond and have a relationship, because it can be therapeutic for a lot of people that been in situations like Sky and her boys too as well, to see a family come together, to see a family stick together. But Sky feels like she did the best that she could, because everybody that stand next to her get a bag, they get money. So yes, the motherly instincts is not there for Sky. She may have gave birth to them, and that was it. And maybe along the line, when she gets older, maybe she'll find out what's more important, family or fame. Peace.